Good morning, this is Jeff, Sewer Tech Northwest. We're at 2178 Southeast 10th Avenue here in Canby. We're located to the left of the front door. That's as you face the house from the street, or the front of the house from the street. We're essentially right at the front left corner of the house. Got a 3-inch ABS cleanout. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Water's running. We're going to zero out here at the base of the cleanout, and off we go. I'm going to do a little bit of standing water. We're probably at the transition here. And we'll see how this spot drains out at the end once the line drains off there. Not your average. Yeah, it's a little bigger than the average transition belly. It's very common for lines to get bellies. Oh, about the last 2 feet or so of the line leading up to the transition joint. Although this thing has got a huge mass of debris sitting out here at the end of that. So we'll see if that's responsible for why that water was standing. Big, huge wall of debris there. We'll take a good look at that on the way out. Might have a belly, that might also just been a debris dam. And we went past a tie-in a moment ago. That's a secondary cleanout access. You'll see that a big steel cover plate in the sidewalk, straight in line with the first cleanout. That's all that is a secondary access point. And there's the main at 53 feet. We're going to go locate really quick here while the pipe drains off, and we'll take another look at things as we come back in. Alright, located the camera head successfully. The line here runs quite straight. It meanders a little bit, but you'll see where the secondary cleanout is. By the time you get to that point, the line's running straight off from there into the road. It makes its way out to the street through the front yard. A little bit of water still trickling off there. You can see that water still moving. That tie-in right there is what I was referring to a moment ago. My camera's upside down at the moment. That's actually what's at the bottom of the screen. There's the top of the pipe. So far here, there we go, now we're getting back into it. So it looks like the standing water, we'll see how that looks in totality here in just a second. I'm going to push back out and just locate here really quick. Alright, so that standing water there in total dissipates by basically right as you get to the clean out. It's very minor by that point. At its worst point there, you're getting close to 2 inches of standing water. It's actually a fairly lengthy section here. A little longer than I thought it was going to be. In total there, that is a continuous belly from about 24 feet to 40 feet. I'm getting about 4 feet deep here. I'm marking this out with white paint. Starts just out in front of about where the walkway meets up with the front yard. You'll see a white X there. Alrighty, so we're just sitting a little bit before the belly dissipates off there around the clean out, still in the yard. I'm getting about 5 foot 2 inches deep there. At the start of the belly, I'm getting around 4 foot 2 inches. So it does appear you've got depth to work with, which is a good thing. In fact, right here, there's a lot of grade you can earn back. That's the plus side. Right near where this belly starts, you've got a ton of hard diving. I mean, it's not crazy hard, but it's very clearly diving at a pretty good angle there. So if you had to, you've got an easy spot where if you had to extend that repair a little bit, you can earn some grade back. That's a helpful thing when trying to correct bellies. I think dives, you can see how hard that angle is there. So that's a good thing. And that dive is right next to where the belly starts. It's not 30 feet away from it, thank goodness. So that just means some of these bellies, sometimes you take a 15-foot belly and sometimes you have to actually dig up 30 feet of pipe to fix it in order to earn enough grade back to correct it. This does not appear to be one of those. This is one where you might have to go back a couple feet, if that's even necessary. So, and that is one I do recommend a correction on. You know, as the line sits, it is a functioning sewer line, but it is draining slower than it should. That slower drain is what causes buildup, or the potential for buildup and blockages to occur. So, as you saw there when we first ran the camera through the line, you had a big mass of debris that had hung up in the belly there, and that is the concern. That doesn't mean that every one of those will result in the backup. You know, part of it is related to how the homeowner treats the line, what's going down there, and how frequently, how much. So, after any repairs are done, I recommend a rescope to check the work. Very important to do that. You want to do that after the trench is closed. If you have to do any concrete repairs, there's about 2 feet of that belly it may not even be that much. Belly stops right in the middle of the sidewalk. So you've got a little bit under concrete. Almost all of it is under dirt. So if you have to do any concrete repairs, you want to get the line buried, everything compacted, ready to pour concrete. Check the line out at that point when there's a load on top of the line. Make sure everything stayed put. Everything's looking good at that point. That's when you want to go and do your concrete repairs. You don't want to find out it bellied out on you after you've already buttoned the whole thing up. So everything else there, the rest of the pipe we scoped and going back through the foundation wall there a few feet looks good, has good flow, is all in good shape.